In volleyball, it is illegal to serve without the official signaling the start of the rally. The player serving the ball must stand behind the end line or restraining line at the back of the court until after they have contacted the volleyball. This indicates one team must rotate round to the other side of the court in front of the referee while the other team rotates behind the referee. If a player or a team requests a timeout, the officials will signify this by creating a letter T using their hands. This T will be displayed at head level to ensure all players can visibly see it. After the T is displayed, the official will point to the side which has called the timeout. Substitutions are used for many reasons, whether it be to replace an injured player, change up the lineup, or simply just to swap in a service specialist to try and get few aces. A misconduct warning for unsportsmanlike conduct, no sanction is given, but the team member concerned is warned against repetition in the same set. A penalty or a misconduct penalty is called by a referee on a player who breaks a rule during the volleyball game. For the team member who is sanctioned by expulsion shall not play for the rest of the set and must remain seated in the penalty area with no other consequences. A team member who is sanctioned by disqualification must leave the competition control area for the remainder of the match with no other consequences. The end of the game is indicated by the first referee taking both arms and crossing them across the chest to form an X shape with the arms. This means that the game is done. This signal is for when the ball isn't released from the hand at the moment of service contact or if the server doesn't execute the service properly. Once the referee has blown the whistle to initiate the start of the rally, a player has 8 seconds to serve the ball. If for whatever reason the player takes longer than the allocated 8 seconds, the referee will award a point to the other team for the delay in service. Players are allowed to group together and raise their arms as long as the receiving team has a clear line of sight to the server or service flight path. If a team is stood in the wrong location at the time the serve commences or the wrong person serves the ball, the other team will be awarded the point. Ball in. When the ball lands in, a point is awarded to the team who was able to ground the ball on the opposition side and between the lines. The ball is out if it hits an antenna, the floor completely outside the court, or any of the net or cables outside the antenna. A catch is called if the ball comes to rest on a player for a prolonged period of time. Although each team gets 3 contacts before the ball must be returned, a player cannot contact the ball twice simultaneously. Each team is allowed 3 hits or 3 contacts from when the ball crosses the net to the point in which it must be returned back over the net. In volleyball, you can actually touch the net providing it does not affect the rally or run of play. There are only 2 different actions when you are permitted to reach beyond or over the net, which is the blocking and attack hit. After making an attack hit, you are allowed to pass your hand beyond the net, but the contact must have been made within your own playing space. The attack hit is the action of a player to direct the ball towards the opponent's court. When the ball is contacted by the blocker or crosses the vertical plane of the net, then it is considered as completed. Penetration into the opponent's court beyond the center line is to touch the opponent's court with a foot or feet is permitted provided that some part of the penetrating foot or feet remains either in contact with or directly above the center line. A double fault occurs when players of the opposing team simultaneously commit faults. When a ball is hit by the attacking side, it is quite common for the blockers or defenders to get a touch on the ball. All delay sanctions are recorded in the score sheet. The first delay in a match by a team member is sanctioned with a delay warning. The second and subsequent delays of any type by any member of the same team in the same match constitute a fault and are sanctioned with a delay penalty.